Hello, my name is Brandon, and get ready to talk about Alligator Alcatraz with me. So, the reason why I want to talk about Alligator Alcatraz is not only is it one of the most prominent topics in our country, but also I just want to give everybody general information about Alligator Alcatraz. Now, I only have limited minutes on here, and I have did not necessarily extensive research, but I've done enough research compared to the average human, so that makes me a little bit more qualified, am I right? So, let's get on the road. So, here's general facts that we know about Alligator Alcatraz. Starting, that we know it is based in Florida. This whole shebang was announced of June 2025 of this year, of course. We know that it was used for immigrants, specifically illegal immigrants. But we all knew that was a lie. We already knew that it was going to be used for more than just illegal immigrants, even though that the illegal immigrants actually contribute billions to this economy. But I digress. But let's get on with it. So we know the center is surrounded around a lot of tropical life, hence the name Alligator Alcatraz. First of all, let's just start there. This is kind of getting weird. You want to surround living human beings around hungry primal animals. So we already know this is starting off as inhumane. But a lot of the people who have been placed in these detention centers, I like to call them concentration camps for obvious reasons. A lot of people who have been placed in these detention centers have reported and saying that they haven't really eaten any nutritional food, probably hence to the fact that they have found maggots in their food. They have not been able to wash themselves in days because the guards won't let them. They haven't been able to call their families, contact anybody. We all know that whatever they're doing in there, and from what the reports have being said about people who have been able to be in there, they have said that it's very inhumane, it's not safe, and it's, as we all know, quite sad. People are being stripped away from their families. A lot of people are being sent to El Salvadorian camps and being sent to a lot of countries that they didn't even originate from. But hey, this is your tax dollars that's going to the aiding process of so many people being stripped away from their families and being on near death every time they step through those doors. So we also know more on the ICE agents. You know, the ICE agents that's currently in LA taking people off the streets. And, before they were, from what I know, forced to wear general or, uniform attire to let them know that they are the ICE agents. They were just randomly in random clothes, as we have seen a couple weeks ago, taking people off the streets. Weird. But yeah, taking people off the streets, sending them to God knows where, hurting them, as actual people who have been detained have said themselves. And because of all of this hurtful trauma that all the ICE agents is going through, DHS, Department of Homeland Security, had given them a little something. They had given these people a $43,000 sign-on bonus. And for existing employees, they have given them a $10,000 yearly bonus for the next 4 years. Why this is so irritating to the public is because how can you give somebody $43,000 to sign on to terribleness? You want to have people, you have enough money for people to sign on for the dehumanization of people, but you don't have enough money to pay a teacher that has a master's degree. Already made people irritated. Already pissed people off. I mean, it would piss anybody off because you can't even pay a nurse. You over here having all of these money, $143,000 salary for somebody with no education, but for somebody that went to years and years and years and years and years of college to be a nurse, the top of her league at that, she only has $65,000, $75,000 a year. If that. And then that's just the salary. There's been multiple nurses who have dropped out of this profession because they feel unsafe, because there are no laws, no protocols that helps them when a patient gets out of hand, or when somebody comes up there and shoots up the hospital, so on and so forth. But I'm getting off topic. Let me calm down. If you want general information, or you want to read more over the articles that I have, I can put them in the comments. I can send them to you guys individually. But the $43,000 bonus information that I got from the ICE agents came from Newsweek.com. And then just everything else that I said previously came from Wikipedia, just about the general information. So moreover on the 15-year-old boy. So the 15-year-old boy name is Alexis. He was, of course, a minor, and the Trump administration had said that they weren't going to touch minors, that they weren't going to put minors in a position where they were going to be detained too. You would believe a rapist and a pedophile that he ain't going to touch kids, huh? So gullible. But I digress. He was detained, from what my notes are saying. I've been looking at these in case you keep saying me look at these. These are, you can't really see, but these are my notes. I took general information. But he was reportedly, detained July 4th by, highway, patrol officers. And he was transferred to the federal immigration authorities. Now that we know that, his father had came out and spoke to Herald Times News. Mind you, I have gotten this article from MiamiHerald.com, www.miamiherald.com. I had did a little reading talking about how the 15-year-old boy had been taken, of course, by his will, to the concentration camps. His father gave it like an eerie, an eerie testimony, regarding his son and everything that he had to endure for those last consecutive 3 days that he was in there. He says that he was, and I quote, intense and chain link pens at the pop-up detention center. This is odd to citizens as well, and netizens as well, because the Trump administration had said that they weren't going to do this. But why would you believe a liar? Why would you believe a liar? And he says, I can guarantee you I'm not going to hurt them. You believing a known liar that he's not going to hurt somebody. You're believing a liar not to lie? It's getting weird. But that is the general information that I know. So just in case everybody forgets, everybody has amnesia. Nobody knows what's going on. Bottom line, if you ain't get nothing from this video, your tax dollars are being used for Alligator Alcatraz. And I don't know how you got millions and millions to sit up there and give to Alligator Alcatraz when they can't even give them proper food, can't even clean them up, and let alone give them an adequate, safe place to lay their heads at. But I digress, because the place that they had actually settled on, I heard from another reporter, another journalist that was just speaking general information as well. She had stated the fact that the exact location that they are placed at is where a lot of storms and a lot of heavy rainstorms and a lot of natural destruction happens. So you're gonna put a league full of people in harm's way to go get washed up by the shore from these tsunamis, from these hard, heavy rain hits. And what you're going to say, you didn't have enough money for that either? But you had enough money to escape yourself. You see how this is getting weird? But this is all I wanted to tell you. And also what I want to tell you guys is to stay informed. Do your own research. You cannot trust mainstream media. They will only sit up there and push a certain rhetoric that will coerce you to be doing or believing in a certain, my God, this is so irritating. They will only put you in a position to believe a certain thing that they want you to believe. Don't do it. Do your own information. Go on these sites and do your own information finding. Don't let somebody else speak for you. Don't let somebody else tell you what to believe in. You go do your own information, because the moment you believe in somebody else's information, that's the moment that they put you in a position to believe something that's either one, not 100% true, or just completely false. So it's best to do your own information finding. It's best for you to make your own conclusion. Don't just rely on all of these mainstream media to tell you the truth, because guess what? We live in an age where now they're manipulating the public. Well, they've always manipulated the public, but yeah. We are living in an age where you have to put yourself in a position where you do your own research, because they'll make you believe anything like they always have, but they're really doing it with the social media stuff. The most you can trust is people who you know for a fact have not did bias research. And you don't want to be the person that also did bias research. Go do your own research. Everybody's talking about it. It's not like I'm lying. You can probably see a video right now of somebody basically telling you that whatever's going on ain't the truth, and you need to be doing your own research and using your platform or whatever voice that you have or whatever medium that comes in to tell the truth, because we are living in a country and that's being ran by the president that only knows how to lie. That is it for this episode, video, whatever you want to call it. And I hope that you had a little refresher. I hope this makes you want to go do your own research. And I hope that you don't believe everything you see. All right. Bye-bye.